Sometimes when we study the Bible, we go from one verse to the next verse to the next verse to make a point, to learn a concept. Sometimes when we study the Bible, we look at individual words to see exactly what is being said. Today, we're going to do the latter. We're going to study some words. So get ready for a really good word study. We're looking at 2 Corinthians 13. Now, this is the end of 2 Corinthians. Paul's been writing, and if you read it's really kind of funny the way he talks in chapters 11 and 12, as he's basically saying, I think sarcastically, oh, y'all are so great and I am so bad. Read it looking at it as if he's speaking sarcastically. It's really interesting. But I think when we get to the end of the chapter, this isn't sarcastic. I think this is sincere. We're going to start in verse 9. There's just one word we're going to look at in this verse. It says, "For we rejoice when we ourselves are weak, but you are strong. This we also pray, that you may be made complete." What does that mean, to be made complete? I looked it up, of course, and in the Strong's Concordance, the word is translated complete or perfection. It is a strengthening and perfecting of the soul, training, disciplining, instructing, thorough equipment. You are thoroughly equipped. You have everything you need. Now, this comes from another word, but we're not going to go into that right now because that's word is also used in verse 11. So, we're going to go to verse 11. "Finally, brethren," I'm going to read the whole verse and then we're going to go back and go over the words. "Rejoice, be made complete, be comforted, be like-minded, live in peace, and the God of love and peace will be with you." All righty, let's see what he's saying here. In verse 11, in the New American Standard, which I'm reading from, it says, "Rejoice." In the King James Version, it says, "Farewell." And this word means to be cheerful or full of cheer. For example, to be calm, happy, well off, be well. It is translated farewell, Godspeed. It is used as a greeting or hail or rejoice. So Paul is saying here to the Corinthian church that he wants them to be full of cheer. He wants them to rejoice. He wants the best for them, really. Be made complete. Now, this word is remember I said in verse 9, there's complete or perfection is from another word. Well, now he's using the other word. Be made complete is to complete thoroughly. For example, to repair or adjust. You know, sometimes we need to adjust our attitudes. We need to adjust our thinking. It is to fit or frame or mind or make perfect. To complete thoroughly. Repair, adjust, prepare, restore. Are you getting the picture here? You got to get your mind right. You know, the Bible says in another place we have the mind of Christ. Well, we need to be thinking right. He says, be comforted. What does he mean by be comforted? It is to call near. Did you know that God calls you near? He wants you to come near him. To call for or be of good comfort. To desire, entreat, or pray. When he says to be comforted, go near to God. You know, God will comfort you. He will take care of you. He'll make you feel better. Be like-minded. Be like-minded. to be mentally disposed in a certain direction, to interest oneself in with concern or obedience, to set your affection on, to be careful, to be like one or the same minded, to regard or think. Now, I think in Paul writing this to the Corinthians, he wants them to be thinking in the same way that Paul is thinking, but also they need to come in agreement. In a church, the church members need to be in agreement on the way they're thinking, the way they're acting, the way they're conducting their lives. Because if they're not together in mind and in thought and in action, in agreement, then they're going to fall apart. Two cannot walk together except they be agreed. So if you are not in agreement with another person, it's going to be really hard to walk with them for any length of time. And this relates not just to church, but relationships. It relates to marriage. It relates to even a parent and a child need to be in agreement. And it's hard sometimes to get that child in agreement with you, I know. But that's what we need to be. We need to be like-minded. And really, across all denominations, there needs to be agreement. And there can be. There's almost always you can find common ground, even if you don't agree on everything, on all doctrine. You can find something to agree on with a person from another denomination. Because as Christians, little Christs, we have to be in agreement. We need to come together. I've heard it called different streams of ministry. You know, this ministry goes down this stream and this ministry goes down this stream, but those streams need to converge. They need to come together and work together for the gospel to bring other people to Christ. Okay, let's go on. We're getting long here. Live in peace. Live in peace. To be or act peaceful. To be, at, have, live in peace. To cultivate or keep peace and harmony. I think this goes together with being like-minded, because as Christians, we need to live in peace with each other. We need to come together to be in harmony. And if the only thing you can agree on is that Jesus came to the earth, he lived a sinless life, he died, he rose again from the dead, that all men could be saved, well, let's agree on that. Let's come together in harmony on that. Moving on. And the God of love and peace will be with you. Love is the word agape. It is love, affection, benevolence, or dear love. This is the God of love, the God who is like this. He has benevolence and peace, literally or figuratively, by implication, prosperity. The God of prosperity. This word is translated one, peace, quietness, rest, to set at one again. We've talked about the word peace a lot, but the God of love, benevolence. You know, a lot of churches have what they call a benevolence fund. It's money that's donated to help people in need. And really, that's the way God is. He's there to help people in need. Are you in need? What are you in need of? Are you in need of peace? It's provided. Quietness, rest, comfort. All the things that Paul is talking about here, that's who God is. There are so many facets to God. There's not enough adjectives in the English language to describe him. There's not enough words to say how great and how good God is and how much he wants to take care of us. So let God take care of you. Go to him with your needs, with your wants, and know that he cares and he wants the best for you. Thank you for watching today. I would appreciate it if you would like and follow and subscribe and share, leave a comment, tell me what you think. And thank you. Really, I can't say that enough. Thank you for watching these videos. And I pray that you are blessed by them, that you learn a little something, even if it's just one little nugget. That's all we need, just one little nugget. We'll see you soon.